All right, we're rolling. Okay.
And
So today,
action.
From the Fernando and Freddy Show.
Why isn't my name first?
Hey guys, and welcome to another episode of the Fernando and Freddy Show.
Freddy
This is a
Show.
Reddit on Reddit.
Reddit.
Reddit on
Reddit on Reddit.
All right, here we go.
I can read it
I'm
on
gonna-
Reddit.
All right, so I'm a 25-year-old woman, and my roommate is a 30-year-old man. We're just roommates. He's not really a friend. He found out a few months ago that he has a 7-year-old child with a woman he had a one-night stand with years ago.
Ooh, the luck.
He has partial custody, and I was planning on moving out when the lease is up in April because I really don't want to be living with a parent or a family. I had been looking for a roommate who's a quiet young professional because I work from home 3 days a week, and I like a quiet space. Yesterday, my roommate asked over text if I would be home today. I said yes. He asked if I could look after his daughter today. I said no, I had work. He said I wouldn't have much to do. His daughter was pretty independent, and I wouldn't have to take time away from work. Just be there just in case she needed anything. I said I didn't really want to split my attention. He said that she wouldn't really need hardly any attention, and I dropped it because I didn't want to argue. So I thought that it was resolved. I thought he realized I'd declined. This morning, I was expecting to work from home, but I got an urgent call from the office. They needed me there ASAP. So I grabbed my laptop and I ran out the door without stopping for anything. I didn't get breakfast or even a shower. I saw his daughter in the living room watching TV, and I didn't see my roommate there, but I didn't think anything about it. He spends a lot of time in his bedroom, so I wasn't super surprised to not see him there. Honestly, it barely registered because I was so stressed and preoccupied with the thing going on at work. I went to the office for the morning, and my coworkers and I resolved the issue in time for everyone to head home for lunch. And when I got home, my roommate was there and he was mad, saying I told him I'd be home all day. And he came back and I was out and left his daughter home alone. He asked me to look after her. I was baffled and said that I said I couldn't babysit. He said that he thought we established that I wouldn't need a babysit, just be present just in case. I said I didn't agree to that and I had not tried to lie to him. I had to go to work urgently because something unexpectedly went wrong. He was mad at me for being so head in the clouds for seeing a little kid alone when I already knew she might be home alone. And he'd already asked me to just be there in the apartment and just running out the door. I said I had a lot going on. I didn't have enough mental energy to take responsibility for a kid at all. I have work and my own responsibilities. He told me that that wasn't expecting me to take responsibility, just do the bare minimum of consideration. Am I the a-hole for leaving my roommate's kid home alone?
Nope.
I don't think so either.
They didn't say how old she was though.
Oh, seven.
She's
7 years old.
He said, well, yeah, 7 years ago, but then it's like
No, I think it said
7 or 8.
Found out a few months ago that he has a 7-year-old child with a woman he had a one-night stand with years ago.
I'm calling BS because he had a one night stand and this woman's just like, yeah, here, take my kid. You haven't seen the kid for 7 years? Come on now.
Well, that's regardless of if it's BS or not. Like the fact is, now that he has a 7-year-old child that he barely knows and he has split custody with. So, like, I mean, is
Yeah.
she the a-hole?
No, because you don't know this child. You don't know what the background of this child is. You don't know the history. You don't know the mother. You don't know anything. Like, why put yourself at risk for any type of problems down the line? I mean, you don't know. Like, what if this kid's like a little thief or something, or what if this kid is got like behavioral issues and you left him alone and they burned the place down? So like, I would always just say no because you don't know the child. You don't know how it could react, what its history is.
Yeah. Like, I mean, if I was going to be home working, maybe I'd
Even
say
then,
okay, like depending how long. But the thing is, the question just is she the a-hole because she left the kid at home alone and she went to work?
no, because it wasn't her responsibility. It's not her child. Why would he agree to have his daughter with him if he couldn't take care of her? You know what I mean?
Right?
Like, you don't. I would imagine he doesn't have custody of a 7-year-old he hasn't seen for 7 years. So
Well, it said
Yeah,
split
just
custody, like joint custody. But like my
yeah,
thing
but how
is,
would he get joint custody even then? 7 years later?
well, maybe yeah. I don't see
Well,
why
I guess if
that
he's paying
even.
child support, yeah. But I don't know.
Yeah.
It's just weird.
So like my thing is though, like maybe like it's just different types and personalities, but like he's getting mad at her because like her head was in the cloud and she like wasn't present fully. But it's like,
But he
dude,
already said
you
she
have
wouldn't have to be present.
well, you wouldn't have to be like, yeah, like fully like mind and mind and body. Like you have to be there. Your body needs to be there. She left,
Yeah.
so that was the
But I mean,
issue.
does a
But
7-year-old are they doing crazy
uh
things?
no, but you can't really leave a 7-year-old home alone. Like that's kind of young. Like I mean, maybe a 10 or a 12-year-old, but not a 7-year-old.
I don't know. I'm just trying to think like if you were like Freddie, I've got to go to work really quick. Can you watch my child? And if I knew you, well, if I knew you, if I knew your child, I guess it wouldn't bother me. No, if I knew your child, or if I knew your child wasn't like, because there's so-called bad kids.
Yeah.
Because that's what I'm thinking. Like, what if this is like one of those kids that is like one of those kids that goes into people's things or does like stupid things? Then I could see that there's a problem. But like I said, the lady doesn't know this child. She's never. It doesn't sound like she's even met this child before. So
Well, like
why
my
would
thing is,
she?
my biggest thing is like, about him, how he's saying like, oh, he's mad at her because her head was in the cloud. But it's like, dude, you didn't even get like an acknowledgement that she was okay
Yeah.
watching the kid. It's kind of like, oh, can I come
But
over? And you're like, oh, I really don't want company. And then I'm like
yeah.
knocking on your front door.
But why
It's
leave your
like
kids with strangers? Like the kid doesn't know this person. Like anything can happen to your child. Like why would you do something like that?
I have a total like a-hole comment when you're like, he doesn't, the kid doesn't even know this lady. I'm like, the kid doesn't even know the dad either. But
Well, you'd hope that they form some type of bond if the kid is over there.
right.
I'm
So I don't know.
hoping.
I feel like he's the a-hole and not her. I feel that, yeah, it kind of
Yeah,
sucks that,
it's your child. You haven't
she
seen your child
left
for
the kid
seven
alone.
years. Take care of
But
your own kid.
yeah. And what she said too, she covered herself. Like the kid was watching TV. The guy spends a lot of time in his room. How did she know that the kid was home alone? So, I don't feel that she
Yeah.
really,
But
made an
at the
error
end of the
there.
day, like if CPS was coming, they're not going to be like, "Oh, you're in trouble, lady. You left this kid alone." It's gonna be like, "No, the dad is in trouble because it's the
Right, right.
dad's responsibility. It's not the roommate's problem." And
Yeah, I
maybe she's
agree.
just not good with kids.
Maybe she just doesn't like kids.
Yeah, you never know. There are many people who hate children.
Could you imagine you asked me to cat sit Kitty P and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna leave you in your crate in the closet. Sorry, I don't like cats.
Yeah, you see, this is same example. Don't just leave your precious things with people you don't know can take care of them properly. I'm already
Right.
stressed about the parrot. Like, can you imagine? It flies out the window because someone's like, "Oh, but I thought it should fly and go outside." And you're
It
just like,
needed
"But
some
my bird."
exercise. It needed the
Yeah,
sunlight.
I'm like, "You were just supposed to watch it while I was gone, and now I don't have a bird anymore, and it's
I
been
get
2
home and
weeks."
now he's plucking. Like, what's going on here?
Oh, that's a that see, now you're making me stressed.
All right, it's okay. Birdie can come stay with me. I'll be the sole beneficiary of Birdie when you're on vacation.
You're bringing that up. You're not supposed to talk about Fernando.
First thing when life goes back to normal. All
No,
right.
I'm
Well,
getting that bird now.
right now.
Yeah, but they keep selling out so fast. I can't buy one.
Oh man. This is
Yeah.
a story for another episode.
Another episode of the Fernando and Freddie show
Thanks for joining us, you guys. This has been another episode of
of Reddit on Reddit.
on Reddit.
From the Fernando and Freddie Show.
Why isn't my name first?